Asian cars are known for their affordability, reliability, build quality, and repairability. But let's not forget they're also fun to modify, and most Asian models also have a solid resale value. But what if I told you that there is a really good chance that your Asian car isn't built in Asia at all? In fact, the Asian automakers don't export the bulk of their vehicles from Japan or Korea, but instead build them in North America. Many car buyers prefer to buy an Asian car that was made in the home country of their favorite manufacturer, claiming better build quality and reliability from the home-cooked products. Then you have some buyers who just enjoy the idea that their car is made by the dedicated craftsman of that native country, enchanted with the native elf-like magic. But in reality, the majority of buyers just could care less where their vehicle is made as long as it does what it is intended to do. But since you're watching, this tells me you are at least interested in exactly where your Asian car is made. But in today's video, I'll tell you where every single Asian car is made that you can buy here in the United States. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name's Kirk. I talk about Asian cars all the time. If you're into that, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon. In just a couple days, I'll be heading to LA to debut the new Prius for you guys. In the meantime, I wanted to talk about what vehicles that are Asian are technically Asian, or are they built in North America? If you're excited for that, hit the like button. And I have all the manufacturers from Japan as well as Korea here. I know Asian would also include, let's say, Volvo at this point or Polestar, but I didn't want to go down that route as they are not a traditional Asian automaker. But let's get into the largest automaker here, and that is Toyota, which includes Lexus. And we're going to start with where these vehicles are built that we get here in the United States, starting with the Asian-made vehicles. So the Motomachi plant produces a lot of vehicles for Toyota and Lexus. We have the new Toyota Crown built there. We have the electric car, the BZ4X. We have the Toyota Mirai fuel cell car. We have the GR Corolla. There's also the GR Yaris made there, which we don't get. There's also the Lexus LC, beautiful coupe, and the upcoming Lexus RZ. Now we could also say that for Subaru, I didn't write it here, but the Solterra is made at the Motomachi plant as well. At the Takaoka plant, the Venza, also known as the Harrier elsewhere, and the Corolla Hybrid. The new Corolla Hybrid, just drove that. Make sure to watch my driving impressions. It's not quite as efficient as outgoing model, but it has a lot more responsiveness. It's more fun to drive, more power, more electrification to it with an all-new battery. So at the Nagakusa plant, we have the RAV4 Prime. The rest of the RAV4s are built elsewhere. We'll talk about that when we get to the North American tab here at the bottom. The Miata plant in Kyushu makes a Lexus UX, front-wheel drive, hybrid, all-wheel drive. But the RX front-wheel drive is made in that Miata plant as well in Kyushu. Susumi plant makes a Corolla hatchback. In Japan, they call it the Corolla Sport. Now, there's also the Corolla wagon made in either the Takaoka plant or the Susumi. Unfortunately, we don't get that Corolla Sports touring wagon. Also, the Prius and the Prius plug-in hybrid are made at the Susumi plant. And yes, we'll get a brand new generation of Prius coming at us very soon. The Tahara plant is legendary, especially with Lexus vehicles. The LS, the IS, the GX, the RC, the NX plug-in hybrid is made there. And of course, the 4Runner, also a super legendary vehicle as well in its own right. Also, the Land Cruiser Prado is made here as well. The GR86 is made at the Subaru plant in Gunma. We also get the CHR, which is at the Iwate plant, and the Yoshiwara plant makes the LX as well as the Land Cruiser 300 series. Honda makes no vehicles at the Sayama plant. The Sayama plant was their mother factory for many, many decades. That is closed now. The last vehicles we got from over there would be, let's say, the Acura RLX or the Clarity vehicles. Yes, no Honda or Acura that I'm aware of is made in Japan that is available here in North America. Yeah, let that sink in for a bit. Nissan, however, does export some Japanese vehicles still, including the GTR from the Tochigi plant, as well as the Q50, Q60, which is a Skyline over in Japan, as well as the new Z is made in that Tochigi plant as well. Kyushu, they also make the Armada and QX80, which I love those SUVs, probably my favorite Nissan vehicles out there. Subaru. At the Subaru plant, they just have one major plant for at least the vehicles we get here in North America. Gunma makes a Forester, Crosstrek, BRZ, WRX, and the Motomachi plant, like I mentioned earlier, makes that electric vehicle, the Solterra. Mitsubishi doesn't make any vehicles in North America. So at the Okazaki plant, they make the Outlander, Eclipse Cross, and Outlander plug-in hybrid. At the Mizushima plant, they make the Outlander Sport. And in Thailand, they make the Mirage. That one took me a while to find where they make the Mirage. And they also make it, I think, in the Philippines. But I'm pretty sure the ones we get here in North America are from Thailand, not Philippines. Moving to Mazda, based in Hiroshima, CX-5, CX-9, MX-30, MX-5. Now, CX-9 will be discontinued and will be replaced by the CX-90. And that will be made at the Hofu plant, where they make the CX-60, but I'm assuming they will also make the CX-70, CX-90 there, but there's a chance they can make the CX-90 at the Hiroshima plant. We just don't know 100% quite yet. They may also make the CX-5 as well at the Hofu plant. It's their volume seller, so it doesn't surprise me they need to make it at 2 plants. Toyota does that with several vehicles as well. They make it at multiple plants, like the RAV4, for example. Anyways, Mazda 3 hatchback is made at the Hofu plant, and it seems like every Mazda 3 turbo, sedan, and hatchback are also made at the Hofu plant. Now going to our Korean manufacturers. Hyundai and Genesis make a ton of their vehicles at the Ulsan plant. So that's the Palisade, Accent, Kona, all the Ioniq vehicles. I think the Ioniq 7 might actually be produced here in North America when that vehicle does come online. But right now we're still at the 6 being revealed, I guess, seen for the first time by the public at the LA Auto Show this coming weekend. We also have the Tucson plug-in hybrid, Santa Fe plug-in hybrid, Genesis GV60, 70, 80 SUVs, and the 70, 80, 90 G sedans. The Nexo fuel cell and the tiny little Venue is there as well. I may have missed a vehicle in here. Don't roast me for that. They're just a lot. Now, there's also a smaller plant, the Asan plant, where they make a lot of their powertrains and transmissions, engines. They make the Sonata hybrid there. For Kia, at the Gwangyang plant, the Carnival, the Rio, and the Stinger are made there. The Hwasong plant, they make the Sorento, HEV, and plug-in hybrid as well. At the Gwangju plant, they make the Sportage hybrids and the Seltos. Now, grab your snacks and drinks, do your little bathroom break. We're going to switch to North America. We are halfway done. Are you surprised at any of these that they're made in Japan or Korea? Which ones were you expecting maybe to be made in North America? I'll see you down below, and let's switch gears over to the North American made Asian cars. Starting with Toyota and Lexus, the largest Toyota plant in the world makes the Camry, the Lexus ES for a short period of time. Just like the Avalon is discontinued, its sister or brother of the vehicle, the Lexus ES, will end production in that Kentucky plant by the end of 2024. I think they've moved it back to. They also make the RAV4 hybrid there. There's also talks of them shifting things around, where they make their first battery electric vehicle for North America at this plant, which is likely. We just don't know when. Moving on, though, Indiana makes the Sienna, the Highlander, and they will, starting next year, make 2 new large 3-row crossovers, which is the Grand Highlander and the Lexus TX. Moving to San Antonio, the truck plant, they make the Tundra and Sequoia there. Mississippi, they make the Corolla sedan, non-hybrid. Remember, the hybrids come from Japan. The Alabama, they make the Corolla Cross, but that plant is a joint plant where they also make the Mazda CX-50 there. And quick timeout, they can't get enough workers at that plant because the unemployment rate in Alabama is so low that they can't get workers to fill the plants to produce the vehicles. So I wouldn't be surprised if they need to start sourcing workers from outside of Alabama to make sure that they can get the volume out for those new vehicles. Canada, the Cambridge plants make RX, NX, and RAV4, and that includes all the hybrid, well, not the RAV4 hybrid, but the NX and RX hybrids are built there besides the plug-in hybrid variants. Those are all built in Japan. Baja, Mexico makes the Tacoma, and also Guanajuato, Mexico makes the Tacoma as well. And we have an outlier here. It's not North America, but the Supra is built in conjunction with the BMW Zs in Austria. Switching gears, we know Honda makes 0 vehicles in Japan for the North American market that I could find out. So we have the Marysville, Ohio plant making the Accord, the Integra, the TLX. East Liberty, Ohio, the CRV, RDX, MDX. Lincoln, Alabama, these are going to be more their light truck vehicles, even though the MDX is a light truck vehicle as well. Anyways, these are the Honda badge light truck vehicles. The Odyssey, the Passport, the Pilot, the Ridgeline. We just got a new Pilot revealed to us. It's pretty exciting. I'm really excited to see what they do with the upcoming Odyssey. But knowing that the Pilot gets the V6 again with slight modifications, we know that the Odyssey will not get a hybrid more than likely, which is unfortunate in my opinion. Anyways, don't want to get off track here. We got to finish this up. Indiana makes the Civic. I can't spell that right. There we go. Civic and the CRV. Alliston, Ontario makes the Civic, the SI, the Civic SI that is, and the CRV as well. And they also make the HRV in Celaya, Mexico. Moving on to Nissan and Infiniti. At the Smyrna, Tennessee plant, they make the Leaf, the Maxima, which is going to be ending production at the end of 2023, I believe. Rest in peace, Maxima. They make the Rogue, the Pathfinder, the Murano, the QX60, and in the Canton, Mississippi plant, they make the Ultima Frontier Titan. But the Titan is going to be ending production, I think, at the end of 2023 as well. And 2 new EVs will be built at that Canton, Mississippi plant initially. 2 sedans, one for Nissan, one for Infiniti. But I also hear that they will eventually make crossover EVs, but that could be at the Smyrna, Tennessee plant as well. Not quite sure. At the Aguascalientes plant in Mexico, they make the QX50 and the QX55 for Infiniti. Switching gears to Subaru. Mafia, Indiana, that's their only plant here. I just made a video talking about how they're struggling to keep up with the wages of fast food restaurants in their local area. So they're struggling to keep people working there, and that's not good for production. Outback, Legacy, Impreza, and Ascent. We will get a new Impreza at the LA Auto Show. Stay tuned. I'll update you guys on that one. Mitsubishi, as I mentioned, as we go back to the Asia page, all of their vehicles are made elsewhere, most of them in Japan with the Mirage in Thailand, and they closed down that Normal, Illinois plant, which now Rivian uses it to build their Rivian trucks. Mazda, they do make most of their vehicles in Japan, but they also have a Salamanca plant in Mexico that makes a CX-30 and the Mazda 3 sedan. Alabama makes the CX-50, but they're having, like I said earlier, staffing issues to make those at volume. Hyundai and Kia also make a lot of vehicles here in North America. In Alabama, they make the Elantra and the Elantra Hybrid. They make the Sonata. Remember, the Sonata Hybrid is over at the Asan plant in South Korea. They also make the Tucson, Santa Fe, Santa Cruz. GV70 electric vehicle will be made at the Alabama plant, I'm pretty sure. Kia makes in Georgia the K5, the Sportage, the Sorento, and the Telluride. Which of these vehicles for which companies are the most surprising to you that are made elsewhere, or should I say outside of Asia, being an Asian company? I think the striking thing for me is that every single Honda is made in North America, that we get in North America, and it is not made in Japan whatsoever. And that won't change either. We have the upcoming EVs from them. They're going to be joint ventures or joint vehicles essentially made either in Mexico or in Tennessee with General Motors. So that's going to be the ZDX from Acura as well as the Prologue from Honda, those EV crossovers. Then they'll have their own EV production line coming on in 2026 with their e-architecture. So Honda doesn't look like they have any interest on exporting Japanese-made vehicles to America. And in fact, some of the vehicles that are sold in Japan are from either Thailand or North America as well. Toyota and Lexus makes a ton of their vehicles here in the United States, and it's getting harder and harder if you wanted a Japanese vehicle to get that here in the United States. Other than the NX and RX and the ES, the rest of the Lexus vehicles are built over in Japan. The Tahara plant makes that 4Runner as well, and it doesn't look like you'll get any plug-in hybrid from Lexus, at least on the RX NX side, for a while, built in North America. Nissan Infiniti, it's really surprising how little vehicles come from Japan from them. Most of them are specialty vehicles, either luxury, a big truck, or sports cars. So yeah, pretty much the vast majority of those Nissan vehicles come from North America. And I'm probably forgetting something here. There's probably something else made at the Aguas Calientes plant. Subaru has a good mix of vehicles built in America and Japan. Mitsubishi is solo Japan, and Mazda has a good mix as well. Hyundai and Kia also have a good mix of vehicles being built in North America and Korea. And you got to keep in mind, as of now, all their vehicles that are electric are built in Korea, as well as most of the Japanese manufacturers, if they even have electric vehicles, not the Leaf. But what's affecting Kia and Hyundai, as well as Toyota and will be Subaru and Mazda as well, is their inability to make electric cars at scale in North America anytime soon. So they won't be getting any tax credits or anything like that. But I'm going to end it there, guys. I hope this video was helpful to you. Maybe as you're buying a vehicle, or maybe you just wanted to know where your vehicle is from. The easiest way for sure to know where your vehicle is from is to check out the VIN number. So if it has a J on it, it's from Japan. I think K is Korea. Yeah, South Korea is K. I just wanted to make sure I got that right. 1 is typically United States, 2 is typically Canada, and 3 is typically Mexico. And those are always the first number in that VIN number. Because depending on the year, let's say like the Mazda CX-30 or Mazda 3, it might have been made in Mexico or might have been from Japan. So anyways, I'm going to end it there. Hopefully this was helpful. If you enjoyed it and you made it this far in the video, smash the like button. Also make sure you subscribe so you don't miss my upcoming coverage of these brands in detail when they unveil new products. And also my first time driving impressions of those products as well. Have a great day. Take care of yourselves and peace out.